Hi guys, so about 2 weeks ago I lost one of my cactuses, and if you watch my video, my cactus collection, you're gonna remember that there was one cactus that has three little guys, and I didn't have name on this pot, and some of you helped me and said that this is Stenocereus pruinosis or gray ghost organ pipe cactus. What happened with one of these guys, first they all three kind of shrank in size and one of them completely dried up and died. So during that time when this happened, we were having really cold days. This winter in December was really cold, and because of the low temperatures in addition to central heat, we were running pellet stove. Pellet stove is about 10 to 15 feet from the cactuses, and it was the driest and warmest right there. So normally it's not basement where the cactuses are is cooler and it's a little bit higher humidity, so I don't water them as much during the winter time. But this year the temperature there for weeks at a time was about 28 degrees Celsius, maybe 75 Fahrenheit, and the humidity went probably under 20%. So the big guys that are like fatter and have a better water storage, they were fine, but some of these little cuttings that I had that I rooted end of the summer, or these smaller cactuses, they kind of struggled, so I had to water them. And some of the succulents there struggled too, like my jade plant became really dried up and the soil was really dry. But the similar problem I have here in the plant room that I wanted to talk to you about, that I think it might be helpful too in determining how to water your plants during the winter time. So I noticed my plants get really dry here, and every probably 3 days I water them. And I was kind of scared to water them a lot during the winter. A lot of them are dormant, and really I can observe that some of them are right now dormant. So you don't want to water plants much during the winter time. And I finally got one of these things. It's an indoor humidity and temperature monitor. And when I started using it a few days ago, the humidity here was 20% and the temperature was 28 Celsius, so about 75 Fahrenheit. So really warm, really dry, and some of my succulents, like this guy here, they love it. I mean, this guy doesn't lose any leaves, never gets dry, never complains, didn't have pests, really enjoying in this plant room. A lot of euphorbias were enjoying the temperature and the light, and I think it gets even more dry on the shelves where the plants are, because their lights produce some of the dryness and warmth air, and plus the heat vent is really close to shelves. So I concluded that I have to be a little more generous when I'm watering. So when I am watering them, to really water them well and just to water them a little bit more often. So today we have about 43 degrees right now outside. So I opened the window and I wanted to just get some air in, and humidity rose to 27. So and the temperature stayed about 25 Celsius. So still pretty warm. So what I wanted to conclude, from my experience, what I learned from here is that if you have a really warm and full of light environment during the winter and dry air, I also have a fan running, you might need to water your plants more often than other people who have them in a cool room or in a greenhouse. So you have to kind of figure out what your environment is like, and I think it's really useful to get one of these to appraise when your air is really dry and your plants need to be watered more. So here is one of the plants that's not succulent, that's been terribly struggling on the shelf, and I decided to move it. I've been watering it every 2 days, and it obviously hasn't been enough. I'm going to give it a good shower today, because these leaves are just about to completely dried up, so hopefully it's going to recover and it's gonna be moved somewhere else, so I cannot have it on the shelf here. It's too warm and too dry. And one more thing, I think you should also observe plants and see if they're struggling with these temperatures and dry air under the lights, because some of the plants really like their dormancy. So they don't like to be interrupted. It's kind of like some people are more sensitive when they work at night and they have to sleep during the day, and it really messes with their soul and their mood and their just normal functioning. So the same way with some of the plants, I think that some succulents really like to be cooler and like to be less watered during the winter time. And if they don't have those conditions, they're kind of struggling. So one of the things that I noticed is my Stapelia here was completely drying up under the lights, and I moved it away from the lights. I started watering it a little bit more, and now it's recovering. It stopped getting yellow, completely dried up leaves. And so observe your plants, measure the temperature and the humidity in your room where you keep them, and hopefully that's going to help you provide the best care for your plants. Hope this video was useful to you. Thank you for all subscribers, for all the comments, and see you in the next video.